Chris just told me the devil loves me and wants me to be free. Peace and happiness with the devil. Chris, it just said, on your account that you opened the account in 2011. So, you're not just a troll that just opened up a new account just to go and post something. You got an 11-year-old account. There's no videos and no playlists on it. But you did log in so that you could post as just Chris. Brent Beeson the devil. Brent Beeson the devil likes to be Satan. I don't know, Chris. Do you watch any of my videos? Do you not see? That's not Jesus that's cursed me with the devil. You have to go and read the Bible on this one because it's very clear, even to Brent Beeson the devil. Because this was talked about. You got to read the New Testament. There's only 4 books there. There's only 4 books. Mark, Luke, John, and the other guy. What's the other guy? John, Mark, Luke. Anyways, it's those first 4 books. They're called the Gospels. And Jesus was raked over the coals by the common man who said, you raise the dead because you're making deals with the devil. Brent Beeson is Satan. You could go back a week and just look at any of my videos. Go back a month, go back a year. Every day I am deviled by Brent Beeson, the devil, the Satan. And just so you know, the other day there was a bit of a thunderstorm. I was lecturing Brent Beeson, the devil. And I did a positive affirmation from the I Am teachings. And I said, I am the truth. And at that exact moment when my hand went whap on my chest, there was a lightning bolt, perfectly synchronized with that timing of that. Brent Beeson the devil witnessed it. King Clancy the devil witnessed it. Ede the rat the devil witnessed it. And a bunch of other people witnessed it. Brent Beeson is still the devil. He's still Satan, and so is Clancy and Ede the rat. They've deviled me for years. They've never said that their boss is Jesus Christ. Not a single time. Not even Rumpelstiltskin the devil. Nope. Rumpelstiltskin, He said that he was in charge of deviling me. But he brought around another devil, Pendar the Horrible. And then he brought a whole pile of other devils. But these regular devils that have been with me for 5 years, they don't say Rumpelstiltskin is their boss. They ridicule Rumpelstiltskin, who was the first devil and had me for a full year. on the remote neural monitoring electronic harassment torture device. That's what it's called, and they told me that's what it's called. Brett Beeson, King Clancy, and Eat the Rat, and the many other people that come through this say Scott Dougal, director of Google, is their boss. Once in a while, they speculate that Daniel Szabó, who works for the United Nations Refugee Agency in Brisbane, Australia, they think it's very fishy that he's having drinks with twinks in Brisbane when all the refugees were told are offshore on little islands, not on the mainland of Australia. They think it's very fishy. And they think it's very fishy that the United Nations puts on phony baloney expensively produced commercials to say that they need money to help out refugees. It just looks fake to me. It really, really looks fake. It really, really looks like people are using it to rake in money worldwide so that they can not help out refugees, but so they can have drinks with twinks. So they do say, you know, that is somebody else that I know that has enormous sums of money behind them that would have the wherewithal to arrange the torture of me by remote neural monitoring. However, I've, talked to both of them. Daniel hasn't said one thing or the other whether he's involved, and neither has Scott Dougal. Scott Dougal's wife, Rochelle Bright, from PACI, she won't say one thing or another either. But their brother, Hector Dougal, who dates my sister, last I heard, Barb, Biggs, Burroughs, Dougal, she hasn't said one way or another if she's involved with the torture of me by electronic harassment. Neither has Kathy Burroughs Mallon, my other sister. Neither, for that matter, have my parents, Dave and Sue Burroughs. Why would I think that they might be involved? Because they're completely insane. At what point did Dave and Sue become insane? Dave has never been in his right mind. He's been a devil his whole life. Susan, we thought, was in her right mind until I was 15 years old, when she told me that she was going to divorce Dave. I thought that was a good idea, because when I was a young boy, I always wanted to run away from that house. Anyways, she didn't. She stayed with them, and I think that's the moment that she decided to go and live with the devil and become the devil, instead of following the angels and getting the hell out of that nightmare. She told me, Sue, my mom, she told me she knew there was something drastically the matter when she got married in Thunder Bay. She flew to Pompano Beach for her honeymoon, and they got in the car, and this monster appeared next to her. A devil. Well, there's nothing that's going to trigger Dave into turning into the devil more than him getting confused. Driving on a foreign street in a foreign land. But nothing is going to turn him into a devil like when he gets confused and then somebody tries to help him out and then he freaks out on them. And freak out isn't really the right word. The rage, angry rage. That's really when Sue Shaw should have decided when she got to the motel to call a cab to go back to the Pompano Beach airport and get on the next plane to anywhere. Anywhere. Whatever the next plane is, get me the fuck out of Pompano Beach. You're going to LA, I'm going to LA. And then from LA, I'm going to Toronto back to Thunder Bay or something. That's what she should have done. Because that's what happened on her honeymoon. She discovered she had married a devil. And she didn't know before his first attack of bad gunky dementia. Bad gunky is what they call it in the Stephen King book, Livesey's Tale. In there, the story about some boys whose dad was insanely evil. Bad gunky. Irrational and illogical when he's in that state of mind. Dave Burrows has always been in that state of mind my whole life. Always a trigger away from a vicious, violent rage. A vicious, violent man. Anyways, that's when Susan should have wised up. But she didn't. And now she's just as toxically masculine and as stupid. I don't know, because you get on a downward spiral. Once you get under 200 on the scale of human consciousness, it's a downward spiral it's the death spiral. And you go into lower and lower consciousness. And that's why there's so many dementia people in old folks' home. And then they die. You're going to say everybody does that, but seems like. Why do you want to accept that? Because you were born into a society of losers? It's your turn. It's your turn to shine. The devil doesn't even want me to tell you, but raise your consciousness on the scale of human consciousness. Because that's what Jesus told you to do. He didn't tell you to do anything but meditate. He said, go in your closet. Go inside your closet of your vessel. And that's what it means to meditate. Stay within yourself. Don't watch the television. Don't spend so much time watching other people on television. If you're going to watch people, go to the mall and watch real people. Well, anyways, I can't help you out because this is the state of affairs, that people who are incredibly stupid, the stupidest of the stupid people, when they get high technology, they devil. These stupid people would be, the dumb, drunk alcoholic at the end of the bar if there weren't people who have lots of money and lots of technology who decided to hire these people to be operators of this fucking evil machinery. So, everything to do with capitalism and concentration of wealth has led to this, where wealthy people hire devils, or they do the deviling themselves. No touch, nothing to get dirty with. Just playing a video game. Or you watch me in the video, give you an update over and over again. I keep telling you, motherfuckers. Blah, 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 blah. Rumpelstiltskin wants to tell you, motherfucker, something, blah, blah, blah. Because that last little voice was Rumpelstiltskin coming through. Can't help you out, because he's a devil. Anyways, anyone want to shout out today that they're watching my video? Tim Doherty from Churchill High School. I don't know if it's true or not, but if Tim's out there, you can say the devils do say your name out of the blue. They did. They've got a file on everybody, as far as I can tell. You can look up at Bibliotech Pleiades or whale.to. Bibliotheca Pleiades is a long, I don't know, but that's a website. Biblio, Biblio, Tech, Tecplaydes. Pretty sure I got it right. Or whale.to. And you can look up all kinds of stuff that used to be considered really, really fringe conspiracy theory. And some of the stuff I got to tell you that has to do with DNA that they write about is bullshit because DNA, we're brainwashed to believe it's real. If there is anything like that, it's a manifestation. It's not original. I can't help you out because I'm being attacked. I'm asked to give a video at the same time. This is supposed to be educational for you. Well, it's just that the Beast 666 computers is listed on one of those, probably Bibliotheca Pallades. The Beast 666 computers. The mind control computers of planet Earth. Pine Gap, Australia, Alaska, and Las Vegas is what they said, and that was ancient. I don't know. Let's go with the 1970s vintage computers. They probably were more high tech. And they probably ran on Linux. They might run on Linux today. In those days, it would be Unix, because Unix was a bulletproof operating system. It ran Bell Telephone. They invented it. It was supposed to be everybody that, I don't know, I never played in Unix, but people who were in the know always said Linux was a free version of Unix that you could use on your PC. Anyways, that's what they were supposed to use. Probably Apollo moon missions if they were real. Do they use it on airplanes? It's a good question. Now you're going to ask me why we're talking about Linux? Because you gave me the wrong word. It was supposed to be Unix. So think about having a very strong operating system that doesn't crash. Because in those days we used Windows, Microsoft Windows. We used to get blue screens of death, and then you'd have to turn the computer off, turn it on again. I'm going to help you out because Brent Beast and the Devil has completely hijacked whatever I was going to tell you about that led into the word Unix. From then on, it's been Brent Beast and the Devil hijacking. So, I'll just have to go back and listen to it. Maybe I can pick it up from there. I don't know, Brent Beast and the Devil used to tell you, I don't know. He wants to show you, what I look like because he got me for sale. Because with electronic harassment machinery, well, I don't know, he's so dumb, he says, here, take the machine. It's already hooked up to work with me. He doesn't know to go and change it to anybody else. He's the dumbest alcoholic. Cokehead, nut, meth head. But, if you could find Brent Beast and the Devil, I have no idea where they're located. Because he said that I'm for sale, he'll have to give you the whole console, or you have to bring a technician, and, I don't know, maybe there's a chip that has my name on it. I don't know how it works. How do you sell people, buy and sell human slaves? How does it happen? Because they say human slavery happens. Who do you talk to? The Hells Angels? Well, if you want to know Hells Angels who know me, it's Hawire, Jason. Jason used to work with me at Lakehead Motors. So if you want to know about how to buy Bob Burrows, then you go find Hells Angels guy, Hawire from Thunder Bay, and ask him. Because somebody using Haywire's voice print has made that a regular character in this remote neural monitoring virtual horror story. And one of the people that hang out with Brent Beast and the Devil, we call that guy Hawire, just so he's different from Hawire, the Hells Angels in the physical world. Is it the same guy? I don't know. Who do you think might have access to illegal military technology, if not the Hells Angels? Why would Jason hate me so much that he would put me on one of these machines? I don't know. That's why I don't call the guy who uses this machine Haywire. I call him Hawire because he sounds like Jason, but I have no way of knowing, and I don't want to tell anybody out there that I think that that's who it is, because the person that I know that's Jason Hawire, we sing karaoke together. It's just that in my world, everyone hates me. Everyone. no one gets a pass just because we used to watch that show, The X-Files, and it said, trust no one. And I hate to live that way. In the end, I've got nothing else to tell you except my story of what it's like to be tortured for 6 fucking years by devils.